After a deadly winter storm slammed the eastern half of the United States, recovery operations are now fully underway. But look at the ice there. This is in New York. Much of the Hudson River froze. Got a chance to see some of this video from CBS News correspondent Tom Hanson up bright and early, moving through those icy waters as the Coast Guard rescue boats became stuck in ice.
Hey there, yeah, well, we're currently out with the U.S. Coast Guard, an ice-breaking fleet that is going around New York City and clearing paths so that ships can move around the city. You know, yesterday ferry services were canceled toward the end of the day because there was just too much ice. The ice that we've seen so far, up to 6 inches thick in some parts. A lot of that is frozen upstate, and it works its way down the river, and then it ends up here in New York City. These freezing temperatures also creating a problem because the chunks of ice that are down here with this ice flow tend to freeze together, and so U.S. Coast Guard doing a critical service here. And you know, we've already just today seen 2 rescues of boats. We are anticipating a 3rd rescue currently right now, and they're going to guide the boat into where it needs to go. We're in Gowanus, which is in Brooklyn right now, so there's a boat that needs to come in. They're going to clear a path, they're going to guide it in, and then they're going to guide it back out. And that just tells you how quickly the situation can change, because after they clear a path, it can and does refreeze. So they're going to have to guide this boat a path in and then a path out. And as we look ahead, they're going to have their hands full for the next several days, because we are looking at deep freeze temperatures as we look ahead. Back to you.
Tom Hanson not busted by ice as the ice gets busted out there in the water. Hey, let's look live at New York City, the Big Apple. It's dangerously cold. Temperatures as the city recovers from that major winter storm that buried it in snow continue to be low. So Jessica Burch has your forecast for those of you in the Big Apple who are likely going to lunch right now, maybe ordering something hot to eat.
I would hope so, especially with all that ice just out in the Hudson. And the reality is temperatures are only getting colder as we head into this weekend's forecast. I want to show you those numbers right now. We take a look outside in places like New York all the way down into the Carolinas. Well, when you factor in that wind chill, New York, for example, sitting at 23 degrees, it drops down to 17. All the way over into the Carolinas, we're down into the 40s right now, but that's going to look a lot different with a storm moving in right around the corner heading into this weekend's forecast. We're halfway through the week right now, and now those cold weather alerts are starting to diminish just a little bit. Think about it. It was just 2 days ago we were talking about over 200 million Americans under cold weather alerts, stretched all the way back into Texas and even further over into the Four Corners. Now, some of that cold air is going to really start isolating itself over into the East Coast. I want to show you what it's going to look like, timing it out throughout the next couple days. You factor in the relative humidity, the feels like temperature, well, we're down into the 14-degree area in St. Louis as we head into our Thursday forecast, all the way into our Friday. Places like Atlanta drop from the 40s all the way down, especially when you factor in that feels like temperature, to 12 degrees as early as Saturday. New York at that point sitting around 4 degrees. So let's talk about that storm that's going to start growing in size Saturday morning. Let's just time this out. It's a slow-moving system in southern parts of West Virginia, all throughout the Carolinas and eastern portions of Tennessee. We'll see that snow continue to rotate in a counterclockwise direction and push offshore as we head into our Sunday morning forecast. I say push offshore lightly, though, because the models are still showing it holding on tight along that along that east coastline, I should say, as we head all the way into our Sunday morning forecast, making its way up into New York, New Jersey, and then eventually pushing offshore as we head into Monday. But the whole East Coast, I mean, let's talk about this. The next 6 to 10 days still showing below normal temperatures, anywhere from Florida, Miami, all the way up into New York City and everywhere in between. So that's going to be the big story diving into next week. Back to you.